Getting a job interview is one thing, and it's another thing to scale through that interview. Now, here is one thing that will help you scale through any interview successfully. You've got to learn how to turn your answer into a story with a result. If you can learn how to share stories during the interview process, your interview process will go smoothly and the probability of you getting that job will be higher than 70%. And that's where you want to be. One mistake that I see a lot of people making is the fact that they have very direct answers. I ask you, can you tell me what your experience was like working in this company that I see on your resume and what impact did you make? And you start going in, direct monotone where there is no story for me to actually even believe that you did the things that you did. Now, I get it that sometimes people are anxious and, it's an interview, they're all worried. But once you learn how to tell stories, it makes it become a conversation. So it's no longer an interview because you are sharing your experience in that place. While I worked at, XYZ, this was what I did. This was the problem. This was how I approached the problem. This was the solution that I rendered. And this was the result that we got, right? Most hiring managers want to see the process. Not every experience has to be fantastic, but we want to see your thought process. How do you do things? How do you think? And you can only share that with stories. So learn how to tell stories. Remember that it is your experience. Nobody knows your experience more than you do. You worked at these places. How was the whole experience for you? What were the impact that were made during the time frame that you worked there? And that's why prepping for your interview ahead of time is super important, because if you prep, you would have answered those questions in your head, and by the time they show up in the interview, even if you may not be direct question, you have a clue on how you are going to answer it. And that's how you prepare yourself for success. All right. Make sure you're following this page for more tips on workplace excellence. I'll see you in my next video.